Good morning. I'm just going to wait for a couple of more people to tap in. Then we're going to get started. Welcome to Mental Massage Monday. I want to play some audio samples for us to listen to. All my viewers, feel free to comment in the comment section below. Feel free to grab a copy of the book if you like what you're listening to. I may be gifting samples of a book to a chosen listener, the book that they choose. So I'm waiting for maybe one or two more people to tap in, and we'll go ahead and get started. I'll be doing this every Monday. If you have a book available in audio format and the sample is available, you can send the book to my email, and I'll play your audio book on my live stream. I'll do this 3 times, once here, once in my Facebook group, and once on my Facebook page. And I will be promoting these videos as well. So my goal is to help us all sell more books. I'm also a self-published author, and I want to support my fellow self-published authors. It's called networking, and I'm learning the ropes, but I'm having fun doing it. So this is my second Mental Massage Monday, and I'm having fun. So let me go to the file. The first book we're going to play today is an audio book titled The Zombie Queen. The author of this book is, let me check the author of the book out. Marty Martell, Kelly Houston, and Brandy Slavin. The author is Brandy Slavin. The other author is Mary Martell, and Kelly Houston is the narrator. It's good to know who the narrators of these books are, because if you want to put your book in audio format and you like the way these people are narrating these books, you might want to reach out to these narrators, to get your book in audio format. So I think I might even leave the narrator's information in the lives, in the comment. I will leave the links to all the books in the comment section each and every time, so that in the event that I have a listener who likes what they hear and they want to purchase a book, the link will be right there for purchase. Let's see. We got one viewer so far. I don't know if this is the best time to go live, but we're gonna do it anyway. And normally when I do my live, I'm still learning the ropes, so I'm still researching and finding out the best time to go live, because different states and countries, the time zones are different. So I'm learning the ropes. I think I'll do my YouTube lives at a certain time, and then do my Facebook at a different time, and then my page at a different time, so we can have the maximum amount of viewers, so we can get these books out there. We can let people know about these books, and they can know where to go find these books. So what happened the last time is I had only a couple of viewers, and then later on people started to wake up and get ready for their day, and my live stream was popping up, and then when I checked my stats, the live stream had been viewed by so many people. It had been viewed enough to where enough people knew about the books. So that we still got some exposure going on, and it's starting slow, but this is like my second time. I'm learning the ropes, so we're gonna be slow and steady wins the race. I'm also making connections with other people. It's gonna be a struggle to get grounded, because there's so many people out there doing other different things, and but we're gonna get started, and we're gonna have fun with this. So let's go ahead and start on the first book. This book, The Zombie Queen. Let's see what's happening here.
Escapes me as I press my back up against the wall so hard, I can practically feel the bruises that will show up later on my body forming.
not start from the
I
beginning.
cover my mouth with one hand, and I slap the other one on top of it for good measure. My lips will be bruised as well now. Ah! Wetness hits the tops of my hands like rain falling from the sky as I hear the sound of skin being ripped open wide. A sound I have never heard before, but I know what it is. Ah! Ah! My body shakes so hard I feared it might rattle apart. A female shrieks. Her voice cuts off with a wet gurgle. My sister. The voice of my beautiful, sweet sister. A loud crash comes from above my head as I hear another female scream, this one loud and shrill. Also, the voice of my mother. Emerald! Amy! My mother shrieks our names in a high-pitched voice I've never had the misfortune to hear her use before. Run! Get out of the house! Find it! Her voice was cut off mid-sentence as a heavy thump lands above my head. I flinch, jerking back, and the back of my head connects with the wall. If it hurts, the pain doesn't register. Run, she'd said. That means leaving her behind. Moans come from the other room, and I know that they aren't coming from Amy. They sound happy, pleased with themselves. It is coming from those things. My stomach churns, and the urge to vomit is strong. Bile crawls up my throat, and I gag. Unable to hold it in any longer, I bend forward at the waist and throw up all over my pristine white sneakers. When I'm done, they are only white in the places the vomit didn't hit. Instead, they are splattered in a grotesque brown, remnants of the stew I'd had for lunch earlier in the day visible on the wet mess at my feet.
Vantage point atop the building, I stand back in the shadows and watch. I've gotten good at that, watching, since the world as I knew it came to an abrupt end and started its new horrific beginning. Watching and staying vigilant is part of the reason I'm alive and have made it this far. I've been in this particular place and watching for weeks now.
What happened there?
Usually I don't stick around long in one place. I get in, take what I need, and then move on. I don't want to stay somewhere only the dead remain. So I keep moving forward, never looking back, always seeking someone like me, someone with a viable heartbeat. For one thing, and the fates decided to throw me a bone. Finally, fucking finally, I've found someone.
No bad words.
And not just anyone, but a woman. I've seen plenty of women since the world went to shit. Young ones, old ones, some who I'm sure were even beautiful and desirable at one point in their lives. They all have one big fat fucking thing in common. They are rotting, stinking, animated corpses with an insatiable appetite for human flesh. But a breathing, non-rotting woman with an actual heartbeat? No. If they're out there, then they are damn good at hiding themselves. They are all either incredibly unfortunate to have fallen victim to the wrong people, likely men, incredibly smart to have remained hidden for so long, or the majority of them are either dead or rotting like the rest of these freaks. It is a sad state of affairs, but that is how the world works now, and I don't usually give it much thought. Survival and self-preservation were always the only things that mattered to me before now. Then I see her. Victim to some abusive male after the world started its new beginning. Then she did a damn good job at hiding it because she didn't seem to be hiding anything. Maybe that was because she didn't know there was someone hiding and watching her every move like I was. If she had known, I hoped like hell she'd be better at hiding herself.
Yeah. Was that the end? Okay, we're going to play that one again. I'm not sure what happened there. It sounded as though they switched narrators right mid chapter. I'm not sure, but I want clarification. So I want to listen to this one more time, and I want to see if I missed something.
Temper escapes me as I press my back up against the wall so hard I can practically feel the bruises that will show up later on my body forming. I cover my mouth with one hand, and I slap the other one on top of it for good measure. My lips will be bruised as well now. Ah! Wetness hits the tops of my hands like rain falling from the sky as I hear the sound of skin being ripped open wide. A sound I have never heard before, but I know what it is. Ah! Ah! My body shakes so hard I feared it might rattle apart. A female shrieks. Her voice cuts off with a wet gurgle. My sister. The voice of my beautiful, sweet sister. A loud crash comes from above my head as I hear another female scream, this one loud and
I think
shrill.
he just killed her.
Also, the voice of my mother. Emerald! Amy! My mother shrieks our names in a high-pitched voice I've never had the misfortune to hear her use before. Run! Get out of the house! Find it! Her voice was cut off mid-sentence as a heavy thump lands above my head. I flinch, jerking back, and the back of my head connects with the wall. If it hurts, the pain doesn't register. Run, she'd said. That means leaving her behind. Moans come from the other room, and I know that they aren't coming from Amy. They sound happy, pleased with themselves. It is coming from those things. My stomach churns, and the urge to vomit is strong. Bile crawls up my throat, and I gag. Unable to hold it in any longer, I bend forward at the waist and throw up all over my pristine white sneakers. When I'm done, they are only white in the places the vomit didn't hit. Instead, they are splattered in a grotesque brown, remnants of the stew I'd had for lunch earlier in the day visible on the wet mess at my feet.
Atop the building, I stand back in the shadows and
that's
watch.
what
I've gotten
was
good at
that?
that,
I don't
watching,
understand
since the
that.
world as I knew it came to an abrupt end and started its new horrific beginning. Watching and staying vigilant is part of the reason I'm alive and have made it this far. I've been in this particular place and watching for weeks now. Usually I don't stick around long in one place. I get in, take what I need, and then move on. I don't want to stay somewhere only the dead remain. So I keep moving forward, never looking back, always seeking someone like me. Someone with a viable heartbeat. I'd only come back for one thing, and the fates decided to throw me a bone. Finally, fucking finally, I've found someone. And not just anyone, but a woman. I've seen plenty of women since the world went to shit. Young ones, old ones, some who I'm sure were even beautiful and desirable at one point in their lives. They all have one big fat fucking thing in common. They are rotting, stinking, animated corpses with an insatiable appetite for human flesh. But a breathing, non-rotting woman with an actual heartbeat? No.
My notes.
If they're out there, then they are damn good at hiding themselves. They are all either incredibly unfortunate to have fallen victim to the wrong people, likely men, incredibly smart to have remained hidden for so long, or the majority of them are either dead or rotting like the rest of these freaks. It is a sad state of affairs, but that is how the world works now, and I don't usually give it much thought. Survival and self-preservation were always the only things that mattered to me before now. Then I see her. To some abusive male after the world started its new beginning. Then she did a damn good job at hiding it because she didn't seem to be hiding anything. Maybe that was because she didn't know there was someone hiding and watching her every move like I was. If she had known, I hoped like hell she'd be better at hiding herself.
Okay, I'm gonna share this so I can see if I can get a few more viewers. I'm pretty sure that I need to do this at a different time on my YouTube channel because this doesn't seem like a good time for my subscribers to view. But I'm gonna keep going and they'll see it later, like the last time. They saw it later. Okay. So with the Zombie Queen, I mean, the only issue that I see with that one is that it seemed to switch narrators out of nowhere. I'm not sure what happened with that. So I'm going to reach out to the author and let the author know. But it sounds like a pretty good book. And I'll definitely check it out. I'll check it out. I'm on a reading streak. I'm having a ball reading books and reviewing books. So that's what I'm doing right now to cope with this COVID-19. I'm reading and reviewing. So I'm looking for a couple of good audio books. Also, I know some people that want to get into listening to audio books because they have reading. They're not able to read the books, so they want to find some good audio books. So I'm trying to help them find some things to listen to. So let's go to the next one. The next one is entitled, Make sure I reach out to all the authors and let them know about these books. This one is entitled The Silent Stalker. It's a young, okay, so the Zombie Queen was a fantasy thriller book, a sci-fi fantasy book. That was sci-fi fantasy. If you're into sci-fi fantasy, check out The Zombie Queen. If you're not really picking up on the audio version of it, go ahead and just check out the paperback version. Because it could be, I think it might be a good book. It's just that the audio, switching narrator between, right in the middle of a chapter, it kind of threw me off. Okay, let's go to The Silent Stalker. And let's see what this one is about. Where's my share button? Right here. This is the share. Okay, got it. I'm going to share. And oh yeah, I have joined a new. Okay, let's go to that live stream. That live stream group I joined. Let's see how many we can get from there. Facebook live stream group. All right. I'm sharing this. I'm trying to get more viewers so that we can get more books out there. Okay, this is The Silent Stalker by Will Newsell. It's a young adult contemporary. So The Silent Stalker. Let's check it out. See what this one is about.
Chapter 1. And the evil king laughed and said, "We will have a party tonight to celebrate my capturing the handsome prince in my trap. You, Princess Josie, will be mine forever and ever." As little Josie in seat 24B paused, trying to figure out what would happen next, Charlene Oakshoe in seat 24C thought about how strange a way it was to celebrate one's 19th birthday. She was on a 747 heading from Indianapolis to Boston, hoping in the end to get to New Hampshire and the only family she had left in all the world. The best part was, she didn't even know if her aunt and her cousin would be there to meet her. Josie had found her exciting climax. The beautiful Princess Josie knew what she must do. She went back to her castle, found the beautifulest one of her thousands of gowns, and let down her long golden hair. Josie stopped then, closed her eyes for a moment, then held a lock of her own red hair in front of her eyes. Then she made a face. Anyway, Princess Josie put on her makeup and her...
Let me share this in this Facebook. What happened to this audio book? It was getting good. What? Oh, okay. My phone cut off.
This blue gown and went to the ball that night. The girl's eyes were shining with excitement. When the evil king saw her, he fell completely and totally in love, just like that. He couldn't keep the prince locked up anymore. He loved Princess Josie way too much to do that to her. So the king set the prince free and went off to live in an old folks' home and loved her forever. Too bad for him. And the prince married the princess and went to live with her and clean her house, and they were always happy. Finished. Josie sat back and looked pleased with herself. Was that good? Smiling, Charlene nodded at her. In seat 24A, Josie's mother shifted in her sleep. Beyond her, the small window showed the setting sun. The flight was almost over. Do you know any stories? Charlene would have loved to tell the little girl a number of stories, but she honestly didn't know if Josie could read. And if the child couldn't read, Charlene really didn't have a good way to tell her anything. Fortunately, Josie took a shrug for an answer and thought of something else. Do you have any pictures? While Charlene was still thinking about the question, the girl dove into her pink backpack, presumably after photos of her own. That, at least, was a request Charlene could work with. She pulled out her purse and found the little wallet-sized wedding portrait in the old, faded magazine article. And one lonely card, the only evidence she had to say that her aunt even existed. A card that had arrived in her parents' mailbox almost 19 years before, bearing nothing but a single factory imprinted message. Congratulations on your newborn, and a set of handwritten initials. E.O. Elizabeth Oakshoe. This is my family. Mom made sure I had a picture so I wouldn't forget. Josie pointed out every family member. That's Daddy, and Mommy, and my smelly brother Robert, and that's me. They were all smiling in the department store portrait and looked like a very happy family. Josie went on. Mommy and Daddy don't live together anymore. They have, she had to think about it, unrecognizable differences? Irreconcilable differences, Charlene thought soberly. What an awful phrase for a 5-year-old to have to understand. Is that your Mommy and Daddy? Josie pointed at the wedding picture, and Charlene handed it to her. Wow, she's real pretty. She looks like you. Your dad is handsome, too. Are they flying with you on the plane? Charlene shook her head no, and then traded Josie the magazine article for the small picture. She was surprised when the little girl read the headline carefully out loud. World Champion Oakshoes win crowd and judges at Osaka. She mispronounced Osaka, but she could read. Perhaps Charlene would get to tell her a story after all. While Josie read, Charlene studied the picture of her parents for the 1,000th time. Her mom had been so very beautiful, and by now Charlene didn't even need a picture. She could just look in any mirror and see her mother. The same long dark hair, the same deep-set, dark blue eyes that people found so unusual and intriguing. Her father had been handsome. Josie was right about that. His honey blonde hair framing an oval face that bore a fine, straight nose and light green eyes. His eyes had always lit up when he laughed. Charlene could still hear his laugh. It had been 9 years, but she still missed them terribly.
Okay, that one was narrated pretty good. The flow was smooth. The narrator was in control of his voice, and he was telling the story real good. I apologize for the interruption. See, I shared this live stream in Facebook groups, and they're watching from there. They're not watching from here. They're just looking at it from the Facebook screen. So that's why, and so now people are starting to comment. I have to figure out how to get them to come here and watch it and not watch it from Facebook, because they're able to just watch it play right there. The way I shared it, I have to figure that part out. So that was the silent. Oh no, I said the silent stalker. That was called The Silent Skater by Will Nussel. Wow, The Silent Skater. That's a very interesting title for a book. I'm going to leave the link to all these books in the comment section below for you guys to check it out. Okay, so we're going to move along to the next book, because I'm going to go over to my Facebook page and do this again for a different book, not for the same books. I'm going to do 3 here. I'm going to do 2 different books in my Facebook group, and then 1 more on my Facebook page. And I'll check the comments, what they're saying. I'll check later. Maybe I'll figure out how to get them to come here and comment, and not comment there, because I want to. Okay. Anywho, let's go to the next book. This next book is called. We're gonna go with. I'm gonna say Danny's book for later. We're gonna go with this one, and this is. Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce this one. This book is titled. I'm sorry, let's get back to the book link, not the profile for the author. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. I'm going to figure this all out. You just bear with me, guys. I'm going to figure this out. We're going to get it. Once we get the ball rolling on a smooth little flow, everything will be, work out better. So we're going to go with, that was 2 books, right? There was 2 or 3. Did I just do 2? Why did she send me her? Okay, I think this is it. Alrighty, my good people. We're going to move on to the next book. Oh gosh, what's this? No, come on, you're slowing me down. Meanwhile, how's your day going so far? Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it. Yeah. Do you like it? Do you like my live stream? Yes or no? Just say yes or no right there. Okay. I'm looking for this lady's audio sample. Jeez. I'm still getting notifications from the book over there. But I'll check that out later. I'm trying to find the lady's her name is L'Oreal Rockefeller. Oh no, I know what I'm missing. Okay, I can go directly to my Facebook because that's where I shared them at. I'm gonna figure this out, y'all. Give me a minute. I'm gonna figure this out. Okay, here we go. So we did the Zombie Queen. We're gonna do The Feud by the same author, Will Nussel or Nussel, The Feud. And then this is the last one for this live stream. I think next time I'll do download sample. I'm trying to. Okay, no. We're gonna have to skip that one. They didn't send me the right links for their book. They sent me the paperback. He sent me the paperback for that one. Let's check this one out. I'm gonna end this live after this one. Audiobook. Sample. Here we go. This one is called Hypatia of Alexandria, the legendary woman of the world history. Book 8. Let's check it out.
Peter, Orestes, Hypatia, and Patriarch Theophilus assembled in the legate's office, noticeably annoyed. Please, it's Christmas, and I have duties that simply cannot wait. Duties involving the Caesarean? Asked the legate. Denied, Theophilus. So deny you are responsible for the burning of Jewish homes and businesses during Saturnalia? Asked Hypatia. Do that. The Jews are our neighbors and friends, argued Theophilus, though not perhaps as good a friend to Christians as they are to you, my lady. Orestes stepped forward in Hypatia's defense. The lady Hypatia is not on trial, your holiness. Hypatia is far too friendly with the most ungodly of people.
Hypatia, that's the person's name.
Is not as virtuous as you Romans believe, suggested Theophilus.
What?
She is a better Christian than you are. Orestes.
The skipping.
Please, rebuffed the legate. Enough of this. Theophilus, I have asked you here because there is word that you are continuing to preach violence and mayhem that threatens the lives and property of this city. Do you deny it? Truth of anything that comes out of the mouth of that whore, attacked Theophilus. As for the rest, I will do what I have always done. Follow my conscience. No man can be asked to do more. Excuse me, I have business to attend to. Kalar Christula. Falicem Natali Len Christi to you all. Stopped him. Theophilus glared at him. Yes, we are. Instead, I would think carefully about arresting the Patriarch of Alexandria without irrefutable proof. Proof that I am guilty of a crime? See from your faces that you do not. I wish you good day. Theophilus marched out of the legate's office.
He's watched him angrily. Hand on Orestes' shoulder. I know how much this means to you, Orestes, but he's right. There's nothing we can do, not without proof he's conspiring against this city. Let's get away with this is a mistake, my lord. He is guilty of inciting mobs to abuse the Jewish community. Is coming to this city. He will be the mastermind planning on that. Of that you can be absolutely certain, affirmed Hypatia. Later, church bells sounded the alarm. Fire! 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 Cries swelled up across the city. Pierced the domes of both the Caesareum and the Temple of Serapis, as Christian Roman soldiers defended the mobs sweeping through both complexes. Arrows shot through the air to ignite library stacks and rooftops. Men with clubs and swords hacked at the stones and slaughtered any who dared oppose them. And Hypatia watched with sadness and horror as the world they knew and loved fell to ashes. The classical world of the philosopher, the scholar, the scientist was gone, replaced by the zealot eager to please his bishop at the expense of all that lived, breathed, or dare think. Bonfire of knowledge that was Alexandria was now reduced to a flickering and fragile candle, a small but precious candle being tended only by those who dared risk their lives to defend the light.
All right, that was pretty good. That was a good narration. His voice sounded really nice. He was into it. You can tell he put emotion into it. He stepped into character. So, yeah, I'll leave the link to this book also in the comment section below. Again, that's called Hypatia of. He pronounced her name differently, so I'm not saying it right. That's the same name he was saying, of Alexandria, the Legendary Women of World History, Book 8. I want to thank all the authors who submitted their books to me. We just are now getting started. This is only my second live stream doing this, so I'm a little bit nervous, and I'm a little bit unorganized, unfortunately. But I just wanted to get started. I wanted to tell the world about these books. And if you find a book, if you hear a book here on audio on my live that you like, go ahead and grab it. Grab your copy. Enjoy it. So, and nobody said hi to me again today. It's okay, because you know what? When I go to my Facebook group, they're going to say hi to me. They say hi to me over there, okay? That's why I'm going to end this live here. Later on, I'll come back and check, and I'll see how many people actually viewed it. I'll share it in groups as well. And then the more I do this, the better I'll get. So keep tuning in every Monday. I think next Monday, I'll do this maybe around 11 o'clock. Yeah, because I think that this is not a good time. So all my viewers and subscribers must be sleeping or at work or something right now, because not too many people have tuned in. But they're over there on Facebook watching. You guys, thank you for watching from Facebook. I appreciate you. I will check all the messages and comments that's being posted on the book when I get over there to Facebook. I'm on my way over there now. But for now, since you're over here watching, I'm going to leave the links to those 3 books, The Zombie Queen, The Silent Skater, and the one I just played. You're going to see all those links listed down there in the comment section below. Feel free to comment, grab your copy, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. This has been your girl. I need a tequila. Yep, I want you to end it. You're not following the rules. I said end.